bebre na no poku are no mawa no asante kotoko no no so ni ebedi akon aboabo ho etio ne to na sakra abo ankwa ye di etiri beto ho asem ne frititio e frititio odmankwa ade no yamfa anto de da na efrato odmankwa ba ade oba asante kotoko kofo okun afrana nanom ye kun anu ose kotoko je mi bi okunfo ne ye ekun bia ebedi na nti asie wom asante kotoko no no edina nkrofo di eti pempem konfo hu bibi onfa ni timpim duem ayempo asante kotoko boafo akon na na sa etu no no aye kunu mado aye kubu eferio anasa wa be kunu benu ahin bebre na no poku are no mawa no asante kotoko no no so ni ebedi akon aboabo ho etio ne to na sakra abo ankwa ye di etiri beto ho asem ne frititio e frititio odmankwa ade no yamfa anto de da na efrato odmankwa ba ade oba asante kotoko kofo okun afrana nanom ye kun anu ose kotoko jami bi okunfo ne ye ekun bia ebedi na nti asie wom asante kotoko no no edina nkrofo di eti pempem konfo hu bibi onfa ni timpim duem ayempo asante kotoko boafo akon na na sa etu no no aye kunu mado aye kubu eferio anasa wa be kunu benu ahin bebre na no poku are no mawa no asante kotoko no no so ni ebedi akon aboabo ho etio ne to na sakra abo ankwa ye di etiri beto ho asem ne frititio e frititio odmankwa ade no yamfa anto de da na efrato odmankwa ba ade oba asante kotoko kofo okun afrana nanom ye kun anu ose kotoko jami bi okunfo ne ye ekun bia ebedi na nti asie wom asante kotoko no no edina nkrofo di eti pempem konfo hu bibi onfa ni timpim duem ayempo asante kotoko boafo akon na na sa etu no no aye kunu mado aye kubu eferio anasa wa be kunu benu ahin bebre na no poku are no mawa no asante kotoko no no so ni ebedi akon aboabo ho etio ne to na sakra abo ankwa ye di etiri beto ho asem ne frititio e frititio odmankwa ade no yamfa anto de da na efrato odmankwa ba ade oba asante kotoko kofo okun afrana nanom ye kun anu ose kotoko jami bi okunfo ne ye ekun bia ebedi na nti asie wom asante kotoko no no edina nkrofo di eti pempem konfo hu bibi onfa ni timpim duem ayempo asante kotoko boafo akon na na sa etu no no aye kunu mado aye kubu eferio anasa wa be kunu benu
the Ashanti nation in a summary.
come. Next door. Let's try it first. Come on this side. Look at Mama. Try going to nanti kan sampai mana?
Let's do it. No black penny.
They're coming, they're coming. Look at phone. Look at phone, what I tell you. They're coming,
Start now. what we are assuming is unfurling. Security detail have exited, has exited rather. And so we are about to witness.
So the Royal King.
Brothers and sisters.
And now they stand for his arrival.
All the way from West Africa, Ghana. Let us welcome our special guest for Emancipation 2023, His Majesty Otumfour Osei Tutu II, the Asante, King of the Ashanti Kingdom. Once again, brothers and sisters, a warm welcome. Let our brothers and sisters from the continent feel that welcome this time. With our voices, with our hands, let us welcome His Majesty.
Yes, and as you can hear from that,
Otumfour Osei Tutu II,
the Asante is here. King Otumfour.
And our Prime Minister is receiving his and his entourage as they ascend the riser. The energy is
palpable, and you can hear. I mean, because we like fanfare and we like these sorts of things, but at the same time, the fact that it's coming from a different space, I think has a different sort of.
Every single phone is out recording and taking pictures at the moment. Generations, regardless, everybody is in awe of what is happening this morning.
And especially with regard to the young individuals that we were talking about earlier, they will be able to say that they were here
when history was made. At this point, traditional dance
If you had a question who the Royal King is the one who was being shaded by the umbrella bearer, King Otumfour Osei Tutu II, the Asante.
And now they will have the moment of reseating and positioning themselves on those gorgeous transition. But we will get a chance to learn whether or not this is traditional, formal way, if this is specific to the location, or if it's simple today because of the region being warm as well. It's going to be to find out.
Lost necessarily, but systematically
suppressed. Yep. Yep. All right. Can you imagine now that it has happened, though? Now that it has been witnessed and shared?
Trinidad and Tobago deserves all the honor as the first nation to commemorate Emancipation Day as a national holiday. And particularly for giving it the international dimension it has assumed.
Asante Otumfour Osei Tutu II saluted both the valiant heroes who worked to end slavery and those who came after to cement the change.
And yes, we also salute the heroes in the post-emancipation epoch. Marcus Garvey, Dr. W.B. Du Bois, Dr. Martin Luther King, the radical Trinidadian intellect George Padmore, C.L.R. James, whose intellectual and philosophical ideas fanned the flames of Pan-Africanism and inspired leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, and Nelson Mandela to pursue the political emancipation of the continent of Africa from the yoke of colonialism.
Meanwhile, also speaking at the event, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said that at the level of CARICOM, there is a committee to advance the cause of reparation and to educate those who claim not to know and do not take any responsibility for the African Holocaust. He revealed that he wrote a letter to the British monarch soon after Barbados became a republic in 2021.
I took the opportunity when I got back to Trinidad to write to the now King and then Prime Minister, the two leaders in Britain, pointing out to them that we in CARICOM, we in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a conversation on reparation, and since that statement was made in Barbados by the King, who was then the Prince, it was a good time to take on board the conversations of responsibility and reparation. Signed, Keith Rowley, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
The Ashanti King said, "Courageous resistance has brought us to the happy place where Trinidad and Tobago can join hands together with Ghana, think together, plan and pull our resources together to overcome the distresses of this moment into the prosperity of the future." Marie-Therese Bernard, TTT News.
Trinidad and Tobago's royal visitor, the Asantehene Otumfour Osei Tutu II of Ghana, visited one of this country's heritage sites whose story intertwines with that of Ghana and the Ashanti people. This is the third day of the royal visit.
It is from Africa that mankind developed into Asia and everywhere else. And therefore we should feel proud that as blacks, my son built this house, designed this one, and therefore I stand here with pride and I come to Trinidad.
The Asantehene Otumfour Osei Tutu II as he stood under the eaves of a signal station designed by a prince of the Ashanti people.
That Victorian-style structure served both the port and the army in the days when the strategic positioning of forts such as these was essential to the defense of the territory.
And for me now, as the occupant of the Golden Stool, standing here to look at this edifice and say that, and proudly say that my son designed and built it.
During the Asantehene's visit to Fort George, the consensus was that the site remains a symbol of the shared history between Trinidad and Tobago and Ghana. One Minister of Tourism, Culture and the Arts said continues to attract attention.
Travelers in search of authentic cultural encounters find solace within the walls of Fort George as they learn about the astonishing tale of Prince Kofi Enti, a man whose journey from West Africa to our shores left an indelible mark on our collective identity. This fort serves as a living testament to the unity of our past and the richness of our shared heritage. Let us join hands in celebrating the tapestry of our history, embracing our cultural diversity and welcoming all comers to experience the magnificence of Fort George and the spirit of Trinidad and Tobago.
The visit to Fort George on Wednesday morning was just one of the many stops the Asantehene is scheduled to visit before his departure from TNT on Saturday. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TDT News.